Welcome to another episode of Scope. I'm Tracy Pa. The Tovi dance, a sacred tradition of the Maupa and Levapuka people of the Arama Coast, has been revived after decades of silence. This festival celebrates their heritage, connecting the past to the future through the powerful movements of dances.
In the lands of the Magi tribes, where the ocean meets the jungle, a tradition was born. A dance, not merely a performance, but a sacred passage of time. For the Keakolo people, Tovi is more than movement. It is history, it is spirit, it is survival. The legend speaks of the Rerekapa, a rare bird of paradise. Its dance, unlike any seen before. From its movements, the ancestors found inspiration, weaving its grace into their own bodies, their own spirits, creating what would become Tovi. To dance Tovi is to commit oneself fully. It is not a performance for the unprepared, nor for the unworthy. Those chosen must undergo fasting, cleansing, and days of silence. For when the kundo drum begins to call, it does not merely summon dancers, it summons the spirits. The trunks are their stage, the sky their witness. A single misstep could mean falling, injury, even death. But when the spirits favor them, they move as if weightless, carried by the echoes of those who danced before them. A man, 74 years old, stands at the edge of history. Lawa Vanwa, one of the last great Tovi dancers, watches as the young men take the stage. Though he no longer climbs the trunks, his presence alone commands reverence. In 1975, he danced Tovi for the world, marking Papua New Guinea's first steps into independence. In 1972, he danced at the Hirimwale Festival, a messenger of tradition before the dawn of a new nation. And today, for the last time, he moves to the rhythm that has guided him for a lifetime. For decades, Tovi grew silent. The drums no longer called, the dancers no longer answered. But today, the people of Maupa and the Arama Coast gathered once more. This is more than a festival, it is a revival. The spirit of Tovi does not fade, it does not grow old, it passes from one to the next, a fire that refuses to die. But how do we ensure Tovi survives beyond this festival? The answer lies in policy, in protection. The Passin Plus Bill is one such effort, aiming to safeguard Papua New Guinea's traditional knowledge and cultural expressions. With the National Cultural Commission now recognizing the Maupa Levapuka Tovi Festival, the dance is no longer in the shadows. It will be protected, recorded, and set upon a path that ensures its survival. For too long, the traditions of Papua New Guinea have been at risk, fading into obscurity, lost to time. But now a new foundation is being built, a law to safeguard these sacred expressions, ensuring that what was once nearly forgotten will never be lost again.
The National Cultural Commission is now working on a law which is called Passin Plus. That law now will protect all our traditional Passin Plus. So I say, for example, now Maupa, this is a place now you press up, and if they Arab village copy that dance and that festival, you bagat now right locate in this whole place. So now this law we are working to it. By May we should have this law before the parliament. It is called a traditional knowledge and cultural expression. It's one kind of copyright. On month of the copyright you look out the music, painting now. So this law I'm working. And look out the more the passing place or something place. Your painting, your design, your address, your this. One man you seem to not you get right to continent. So for example you seem to working money, you by continent to and two by saying this benefit blame come. So this law, which we call the traditional knowledge and expression of culture, will be coming out this year. So it is good that we see our younger generation going to start to learn and establishing such events like that, provide that very vital, essential platform. So plenty blah, we are Christians, but at the same time, we must also embrace our culture. Our culture is our identity. I'm passing to me. Now this is a dance by me long time now. This is a place here. So it becomes an icon for this village. It promotes this village. You only go to Maupa to see this village, see this dance, and something believe me.
As the festival unfolded at the Woro Oneria Maupa United Church ground, the spirit of tradition was palpable. Before the Tovi dancers took the stage, Association Chairman Avis Vanwa Veroa stepped forward to address the gathering. His voice, filled with passion, resonated through the crowd, calling upon the younger generation to embrace the dance that shaped the identity of their people.
Thank you, thank you, true lo kam lo place lo mi pla, and place lo freedom. Mi pla aroma. If you go through aroma dictionary, you can see a sweet smell. It always comes from these lovely flowers. But it's all gone. It's no longer aroma, sweet smell. And today we revive it. People are working Ken, trying to revive that culture. It's happening now.
Once, this dance was a language of unity between tribes, a bond sealed in war and peace. Today, it speaks again, but now it calls not only to the past, but to the future.
After the break, Papua New Guinea women regain some dignity with sanitary product that addresses deep-rooted stigma and social exclusion, especially for those who need to attend school. For years, Papua New Guinea women have been the backbone of their communities, caretakers, providers, and leaders. Yet for many young girls, something as natural as menstruation has become a barrier to their future. In remote areas, the lack of access to sanitary products leads to missed school days, social exclusion, and a deep-rooted stigma that isolates them. But a powerful initiative is rewriting this story, one bag at a time.
For many women and girls in Papua New Guinea, something as normal as their monthly period can mean isolation, missed school, and loss of dignity. But an initiative called Merry Freedom Bags is changing that, one bag at a time. Australian nurse and volunteer Gay Muller witnessed this reality firsthand. While serving on the TVWAN medical ship in Papua New Guinea, she saw the urgent need for menstrual health solutions.
My journey with Merry Freedom Bags started back in 2017 when my daughter and I went to Uganda to visit our compassion children, And it was there that I saw the effects of girls not having what they needed to manage their menstruation and the ostracising from school, and learned that they were not allowed to go to school if they didn't have what they needed to manage their menstruation. And coming back from that trip and going on to the TVWAN ship as a nurse in 2017, I saw the same thing in Papua New Guinea and realised there that girls and women just didn't have what they needed to be able to manage their menstruation. So I came home and talked it over with friends and family and thought, this is just wrong in this day and age, and thought we have to be able to do something.
Determined to make a difference, she returned home, gathered volunteers, and in 2019, Mary Freedom Bags was born, with the goal of restoring dignity through reusable sanitary kits.
So in 2019, Mary Freedom Bags kicked off, and I chose the name Freedom specifically, Mary being Pidgin for girl or woman, and freedom, one of the meanings is to be released from something onerous. And whilst menstruation is a normal part of life, to have to face that monthly without having what you need, then it is something that's onerous. And so Mary Freedom Bags did its first big delivery of 1,200 bags in 2021 to Popondetta, and went through the community health service there, and the effect was that people were thrilled to get them for those reasons. Whilst I am founder and trainer, Mary Freedom Bags wouldn't be without the over 60 volunteers and supporters and Rotary who have been supporting and working with us and seeing the vision and having the passion to make a difference.
Since 2019, volunteers in Australia and PNG have been working together to ensure that no woman or girl has to suffer due to lack of access to sanitary products.
The gift of a sanitary bag to a girl or a woman in PNG is actually a game changer. It's life changing. For children, and especially girls, education is so important, and to miss out a week, a month, if not more, every month over a period of 12 months is a lot of schooling missed out. It's just the shame and the lack of dignity that these children face. And for women not to be able to do what they need to do. I've been in villages where women are actually sent out of the village at the time of the menstruation, and I've seen a hut where women go, girls go, and food is brought out to them. They use the rags or whatever they have whilst they're menstruating. They stay in their hut until their period is finished, and then they come back to the village. So the bags are a life changer. I had feedback in 2019 after being in the treaty villages in Western Province. One of the ladies said to me on a return visit, I said, "What impact can you tell me the bags have made since we were here last?" She said they could climb trees. She then went on to say that the girls can go to school. And the third point was, and all she said was, and now the men are talking. She said the bags had created interest and it had sponsored conversation for the women to explain the bags and the purposes of the bags.
Beyond providing a solution, Mary Freedom Bags empowers women with skills, turning what was once a silent struggle into a source of income and independence. For generations, menstruation has been considered a woman issue, but change is happening. At a recent workshop in Tutu Beach, men joined women in learning how to make sanitary pads, not just for the women in their lives, but for themselves.
So enough pads, sanitary pads for ladies and men. I just recently know that men do have a pet as well. Normally I see only ladies have pets, use pets, but in this workshop I just learned that men can wear pet as well. My encouragement to the boys and the men, the gentlemen as well. This kind of workshop and training is a very, very good encouragement and good thing to learn. Because from learning we know plenty things, many things.
At the Guinea Center, both men and women came together to break cultural barriers. For the first time, men learned about menstrual health and even sewed their own pads, an experience that was both educational and transformative.
When we come back, celebrating those who are making an effort in creating the menstruation bags, and Fidelis Pillai trains ahead of his biggest international fight.
And to Guinea for providing the facility to be able to do what we did. The vision of Mary Freedom is to continue making bags in Australia, but the second part of the vision is that they need to be made here for sustainability. And I think this week was a tremendous inkling into just how that's going to happen.
The Guinea Center's sewing training room is now a hub for teaching more women to sew, creating a self-sustaining solution.
What I saw was incredible. It was completely new for me too, the first time. I saw and experienced a workshop such as this, and I have to say the preparation was amazing. Everything was so well organized and thought through.
It helped us so much in this. For myself, with this experience, I've gained, firstly, confidence. This 1 week workshop has taught me a lot of things. This workshop of sewing bags, it's a new thing here in PNG, and we are the first participants to take part in this program, I should say, and we've done well with the pads, sewing of pads for both male and female, and sewing those pads they were a bit hard by seeing them, but once we got onto them, they were like, piece of cake.
Oh, it will save me from spending money and buying pads and all this, because we can wash them back and hang them on the sun and use them again. We can sew them for our fellowship ladies, teach them how to sew them.
Mary Freedom Bags continues to grow, partnering with Pameli Ministries Inc. and the Redeemed Church of Port Moresby and other local organizations to distribute bags across Papua New Guinea.
Mary Freedom has partnered over the years with different organisations in PNG. Currently, we are partnering with Pameli Ministries Incorporated, which is a Seventh-day Adventist church, and we've actually supplied sanitary bags for each of their last 4 years of outreaches. They do an outreach each year, and Mary Freedom now is a partner with them, and we've sent bags to Oro, East Sepik, West New Britain, East New Britain, and this year Gila Province is where the Mary Freedom bags will be distributed. We're also linking with the Redeemed Church of Port Moresby, and they have distributed bags in the settlement areas, as have other organisations that we've dealt with in the past. But also, actually, at the end of this week, they will be distributing in Garassa Valley, Morabay province, to schools. So that's part one, and currently volunteers here in Australia are working on the second consignment to go up to complete that area. 7 primary schools in the valley, and with the distribution of bags, we've also done train the trainer. Those that we have trained will train teachers, female community leaders, female church leaders, and then in turn they will use the health booklet to run groups to be able to explain the health booklet. We're very mindful of the high literacy rate, and in our booklet graphics have been a huge part of the purpose of the booklet.
But logistical challenges remain. Getting bags to remote areas is expensive and difficult.
Other challenges we have is theft. This is a highly desired item, and we have had bags stolen in the past, or misappropriated, could I say. The rats in some of the rural and remote areas and in Moresby have destroyed bags and boxes because of the soap content and also the weather. Whilst we bag the bags in plastic inside the boxes, boxes can't afford to get wet. Other challenges are having the recipients own the process, in that they are to take responsibility of receiving and distributing and giving us feedback on the distribution, just with numbers and photos, which is great because I am accountable to my supporters and my volunteers, and it's always great to be able to show pictures and say, right, this is the work we've done here and this is the response of those that have received.
Mary Freedom Bags is committed to ensuring long-term sustainability by expanding its impact both in Australia and PNG. While production continues in Australia, the initiative is actively working towards establishing a permanent sewing and training center in Papua New Guinea. Achieving sustainability requires local ownership and collaboration, and by 2025, efforts will focus on training, material importation, and setting up a production hub. Community involvement is crucial to making this vision a reality. The goal is to establish sewing hubs across PNG connected to a central supply system in Port Moresby. As the initiative solidifies its operations, support in the form of resources such as sewing machines, materials, and hygiene products will be essential. Mary Freedom Bags is more than just a sanitary kit. It is dignity, confidence, and opportunity wrapped in one small package. And with every stitch, Papua New Guinean women and men are reclaiming their future. Mary Freedom Bags is more than just a sanitary kit. It is dignity, confidence, and opportunity wrapped in a small and simple but important package.
Papua New Guinea's kickboxing sensation Fidelis Pillai is in training ahead of his international fight in Bangkok, Thailand this May. From the East New Britain province, Pillai has made a name for himself in the PNG kickboxing scene, and 2025 is shaping up to be a big year for him. His hard work and commitment to the sport is rewarding him with an upcoming international fight at one of Asia's prestigious competitions, where he will represent Papua New Guinea in the ring.
Fidelis Pillai is no stranger to representative fights. The PNG kickboxing sensation has built an impressive record over the years, competing in various national competitions. In 2025, he is preparing for the biggest fight of his career, International Sports Kickboxing Association, or ISKA, to take place in Thailand's capital city, Bangkok. Training has become intense for Pillai. Pillai began his kickboxing career in Port Moresby and City and quickly made a name for himself in representative kickboxing. His aggressive fighting style, powerful kicks and relentless determination earned him victories in multiple PNG national tournaments. Pillai's success at national competitions eventually led to international opportunities, where he will be showcasing his skills against some of the toughest opponents in Asia. Can you tell me about the experience in the international fight that helped you now to participate in the Thailand's fight, which you're preparing now?
I fought in so many championships in Papua New Guinea. I've fought like main event fights. The last man standing, I was one of the participants in the rounds of 8 men, 70 kg. I took part in most PNG games all around in PNG, and I got one international fight just last year with the team, PNG team, Kickboxing Federation, and we traveled, but so far, unfortunately, we didn't make it.
While this fight provides a perfect opportunity to prove himself, Pillai sees more benefits from this event. He said his participation is a personal achievement, plus the club he is part of called Limitless Sports Combat.
ISK is a different body to the World Kickboxing Federation. So what I was trying to do is I want to affiliate my promotion, Limitless promotion, into ISK, so they will certify me as a promoter and they will give me a license of promoting ISK in PNG.
Can you tell me about the other fighters who are preparing with you to fight at that event as well?
We are lucky that Mitoto Waten is a promoter in Thailand and Kissimi Blagonzaro is a fight. So yeah, we look Kissimi Samlamangi PNG go ante me is a fight, and maybe 11 participants from Blago, 10 player more fighters, na 1 player coach.
Ahead of these international fights this year, there is this one special person who does a lot of work in getting Pillai fit and ready for his fights. His trainer, Nelson Samson. Samson speaks highly of his trainee and anticipates a good fight in Thailand. With a tight schedule in hand, Pillai remains focused on his training, determined to bring victory to Papua New Guinea on the international kickboxing stage. Whether in Philippines or elsewhere, one thing is certain, he is ready to fight. Tell us about the fight in Thailand.
Fighters go out. So time me got this opportunity in this new cup one time ISK. Me look at myself ISK and one player, big player, world organization, associations where you may need me plan go inside one time, participate one time. So now I traveling to Thailand. Me bla go pick him license blue me plan certificate blue me lost in promotion. But me consider him association blue ISK inside of PNG. So
you heard it from the men. The PNG representative fighter has some exciting fights before him, and he is prepared to take each fight as it comes. We wish him all the world's very best in his international fights as he represents the country with pride.
We will closely following Fidelis Pillai's kickboxing journey, and we wish him the best in his upcoming fight in Thailand. Until next Sunday, I'm Tracy Pa. See you then.